for
Oh wait.
because this conversation is good.
So I did have a friend message after listening to the first episode and they were like, "Where are you from? Like I'm trying to place this accent that you have and I can't. Where are you from?" And so just to clear things up, I was born in New Orleans when I was 3 in the full-on like southern twang of an accent, moved to California. And I was there long enough to start talking like a valley girl because that's where I grew up. And so when I moved back to New Orleans in like sixth or seventh grade, something like that, sixth grade, it was very difficult for me to fit in because I sounded like totally for sure. I just got a manicure, like very much straight out of California and not in the best way possible. It took me forever to say y'all because I was stuck on you guys and nobody wanted to be my friend. So,
I say y'all so much.
well, now it
It's
sounds more
ridiculous.
natural, but when I first started, I had to practice saying y'all alone in my room because it sounded painful coming out. It was just not a pleasant time in my life. But
The first time I moved away from Louisiana was after Hurricane Katrina, and I moved to North Carolina.
Mhm.
And so that one was like not their accent there is like it's like so deep. That twang is so bad. Not bad, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean. And so that one was fine. But then after I graduated from LSU and I moved to New York, I swear everybody was like, "Ooh, you Southern girl."
Yeah.
Because I was
I
like, y'all
also
this,
tend
y'all
to
that.
I also tend to pick up on things that people say. So if I spend a lot of time around somebody, I will pick up on little things they say or their mannerisms or their habits. Like I remember in college I was friends with this girl from like outside of like Lafayette and I started talking in her accent for a while and I was like, wait. I gotta get out of the country.
Well, what would happen if you moved to London?
I would, you know what? Challenge me. I would love the opportunity to pick up a British accent.
That would be funny.
So now I just have this con like this combination California, New Orleans, prep school. I don't know.
Well, and we know I'm a mumbler by hereditary traits. I can't help it. I try really hard to enunciate, but sometimes when I'm rambling, it's like, blah, blah, blah,
I find that I speak clearly,
blah.
but I speak quickly. So, fun fact, for those of you who are into audiobooks, I am an audiobook girl. I usually listen to an audiobook while I have like a physical book that I'm reading or a third book that I'm reading on my Kindle, like all three different books, like whatever. But I listen to my audiobooks typically at like 2.0 or faster. And I think that is making,
You are a psycho.
I
Continue.
think it makes me talk faster. So I listened to the podcast and didn't realize that my settings were already on 2.0 from listening to an audiobook. I sound like a crackhead.
Okay. So for one, you're a crackhead for listening to things like that. I don't know how you do it because my mind, I don't even I listen to our podcast on regular speed for the record. And I am, and sometimes I see it when when we're talking on FaceTime. You're looking at me like I need you to talk faster. You should definitely slow your speed down so our friendship is not at stake because I am a slow talker to begin with.
Sometimes I'm just looking and I'm just thinking like today, Junior, like spit it out.
And we all know I can drag out a story. My husband, it literally drives him insane.
I can too, but I'm also talking fast. That is probably also to do with the amount of caffeine that I ingest.
That's
Anyway,
fair.
topic
Yeah.
for today.
Today's topic is we're going to talk about our New York trip with me, you, Christian, and Trevor. And this is our new, and we're going to say annual to semi-annual thing.
Yeah, it
Uh,
has to be at least annual.
at least annual, yeah, because We had the best time. And I know Trevor and Christian did this, have done this every year for the last few years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and they left me out of it.
Yeah, they left you out of it. And I, in turn, was like, oh, I'm coming.
Yeah.
There was no choice there. As we all know from the last episode, I am very pushy.
But
And
in
I'm
a
not.
good way, like it works out. We all get along swimmingly.
So we're going to talk about this trip today because it was it was a great trip for the books, but we learned some things about ourselves. But also
Um,
we just like to recap it.
yeah, honestly, I think we had a great time. It's really important to know the difference between a friend who you love dearly and a friend who you can travel with. And it's
Yep.
great when they can be the same person. But I've learned over the years, like you can't travel with everybody, and that's fine.
No.
But these are three people that I hold very dear to my heart. And so it was nice to know that we can also travel together and not want to like fight each other at the end of the trip. So it was great. We're all still talking we have a group chat now that has come out of this trip. And so I think we will definitely continue at least an annual trip, if not something more than that.
Yeah. And it's funny because we are similar in how we travel. I it was just like when we were walking to Balthazar that day, I could tell you were as irate as I was. I was just more vocal about it. And then same with like that night when we were out till 3 a.m. I
It
was
was almost 4.
oh God. Yeah, that was a realization for me. I don't know how I survived. And I was like high as a kite. Are we saying that on here?
Can we talk about that?
I think it's legal in my state, so sure.
Okay, well, I live in Louisiana.
You're fine. It's
Yeah.
I mean, okay. We went to the gay bars Saturday night and I Fallon was on 75 hard. And so it was like she doesn't drink during that time. Whereas I avoid alcohol majority. I started reintroducing tequila in the last few months and it's like literally the only thing I can handle, but I don't drink a lot of it and I only do it like during the day because I don't know, I just prefer if I'm going to drink, I'm going to have a couple of drinks like during the day or early evening if I'm going to drink and it's only in a social setting. And I had a tequila earlier that day. But I didn't want to drink that night and I was like, okay, I brought gummies and so we're going to go the edible route. And it's legal here in Ohio, so I brought them with me. And which is also legal in New York, right? If I'm not mistaken, like we could have bought them while we were there. I couldn't remember.
Sure.
And so Fallon and I both opted the gummy route.
Which precursor, like, yes, I was on 75 hard. I'm still on 75 hard. I got another couple days. Um, and I know that there's probably some diehards out there who are like, that's not a part of the program. And I'm like, listen, I'm giving up like drinking. I'm giving up eating crappy foods. I'm working out twice a day. Like, give me something. So for the most part, I swapped out like at home. If I felt like having a drink or something, I would swap out for like a THC seltzer and just like, relax, take it easy. It's like a sparkling water. I know there's some people who are probably like, that's not a real 75 hard. And I'm like, well, you try it. Anyway.
But why
It's like
not?
there's no rule saying you can't do it, but I feel like it's probably not updated for this current generation of the THC world.
Well,
So
I mean, it's not like you ate a brownie. You ate like a 5 calorie gummy.
yeah, no. I'm just saying, like, for those
Yeah.
people who are gonna try and come at me for like, well, that doesn't really sound like 75 hard. I'm like, well,
Well, okay, let's say you were at home and you did it and then you snacked later, then like, okay, that makes sense. But like we went back to the hotel and zonked out.
yeah.
We did not eat anything. Not that I didn't want to. Anywho, we just didn't have anything other than Lara bars, which I just bought
Yeah, I
another
mean,
box today.
I brought all my healthy snacks, so it was great. I actually really enjoyed that trip. And it was not hard to stick to it. I mean, our hotel had a lovely gym, so I was able to get my indoor workout in. Being that we were walking all over New York, like I counted my outdoor workout as a part of that because part of this process is a mental thing and you like really learn to like give myself some grace while sticking to it to the
Hmm.
best of my ability. So I feel like I did a really good job. So
Yeah, I did a workout one day.
yeah.
Yay me.
And you were like, you're on your own.
And then I gave up. I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Which I noticed, and I don't know if this is a thing everywhere, but like that hotel had a really nice gym setup. They had a lot of
Yeah.
equipment. But I feel like when people work out on vacation, they rely on the cardio machines. Every single person who came in there came in, got on a treadmill, and like that was it.
And
So
well, the one guy, yeah, he got on a rower. There was that guy that got on the rower.
yeah, it's like they do cardio machines and
Yeah.
that's it.
But
Like nobody was really touching the weights, and I was like, but
you
there's
could
all these cool,
literally
there's
walk.
all this cool stuff over here.
But that like brings me to the fact that like the white woman, and I mean, I know there was a guy in there, will do anything to not lift weights. Like, like what? Like literally, there's like those videos out there of women doing these like weird aerial gym classes, and like I get classes, like I love Pilates, but like, what is it with white women refusing to lift weights? Ladies, those that identify as ladies, when you get into your 30s, you should be lifting weights 3 times a week to prepare your body for freaking menopause because all you do once you hit your 30s is you lose muscle mass and you lose collagen
Facts. So
and bone density once you get into your 40s. Lift weights. God.
I was probably scaring some people, but it's fine. I think we intentionally chose a lot of restaurants that were like very fresh. I know that your dietary restrictions also limit what you can eat. So a lot of what we had was like farm to the table.
I am
Um,
very, very particular, but also because I want to go specific places when we go somewhere. And I pissed everybody off because I was like, y'all want to go here? Y'all want to go here? I was trying to preemptively plan.
okay. So here's the thing. When you're planning a group trip, I think it's very important that you have that one person who is a planner so that the other people who are not planners can just like all right, we're gonna follow along. Or if you're the type of person who's like, tell me who to pay. Like, I'm gonna Venmo you, whatever. Like, just do it. I don't need to know the whole process of like, these are like the lists of places. I'm like, I just want you to tell me this is where we're going at what time. And I'll be like, okay, cool. So, Erin, being the type A, the planner,
But I'm
the
not.
in this group of people you are.
Okay, fine.
So that's the thing. Like Christian and Trevor have done this trip before. And honestly, I'm wondering how they did it because neither of them is an active planner. But whatever, I
I have
digress.
no idea either. I was literally like, how did y'all accomplish anything?
So, like, having you take the lead on things like that was very helpful. The only thing is, I started to get a little stressed and like overwhelmed when you were like, well, we could go here, or we could go here, or we could go here, or we could go here. And I'm like, just pick one. Like, just pick one and tell me, like, I want to be able to like know, okay, this is where we're gonna go. Then I can look at the menu and be like, all right, I know already, like when I get there, this is what I want. I don't need all the choices. I just need you to be like, this is it.
Yeah. And I think I only did that because I didn't want to be a dictator and be like, here's where we're going. I wanted to give
Meanwhile, we're
everybody a
like,
choice.
please dictate us.
Trevor was like, he's like, I know, I'm great with you, picking whatever. And they weren't even there when we went out to your quote unquote birthday dinner to ABC Kitchen, which is a personal favorite of mine. And it just happened to be restaurant week, and we had a divine meal.
That was so good.
It was so good.
Like
I
every
love that.
bite was like delectable.
Yeah, Tong was really good too. I enjoyed it.
Hmm.
Went in Brooklyn. That was a good
Yeah.
one. Where else? We went to Balthazar
Balthazar, which
for
was
the
like meh. It was not everything that I was remembering it to be. I don't know what has been going on, but it just was like, yeah. I could have spent less money and eaten somewhere else and probably enjoyed it more. Especially since it was like I went there for the burger. I was like, I have to have this burger. And then I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, the last time I had a burger was like 10 years ago, but when I ate there, I ate there once when I lived there, and then I went there for my 18th birthday. My mom took me to New York, and my mom took me to Balthazar, and I had it then. And I remember it being so good then. I don't remember it being as good when I was there, like when I went to Balthazar when I lived there, but I mean, I remember it still being good. I just don't remember it being
yeah,
amazing.
it was fine. It just
Yeah.
wasn't like, I think I had it like hyped up in my memory of like, oh, it was so good. We have to go here. And then I was like let down by the burger.
Yeah. I
But I mean,
think
it was still nice.
I,
Like, it was a very pretty day. Like, we got to sit outside. That was the day that Piper Perabo walked past us at the table.
and
And I was
both
like,
you and I,
yeah.
yeah.
I was like, is that her?
And I was like, "Was that Piper Bravo?" We both said it at the same time. We were like, "Yes, celebrity sighting." Both of our like the fact that we just, are pop culture people,
Yeah. And I
And for
know she has done like so many other things and she's on a show currently, but I would see immediately taken back to Coyote Ugly.
yep, exactly. It's the first thing I thought of,
Yeah.
Coyote Ugly. I know she's been on multiple things, but yeah, I think Coyote Ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sad. I mean, we didn't spend a lot of time in Soho, so of course we didn't get a lot of like celeb sightings, but I was kind of hoping to see some when we were like moseying around the West Village, but we didn't.
Honestly, I was just like so busy like looking around, I probably would have missed it anyway. It was just because we were seated and she literally walked right past us that I was like, oh, you couldn't miss it because
Yeah. And I love how Christian literally in our text group the other day was like how I kept getting us lost. I did not. I would go in the wrong direction occasionally because I do not understand north, south, east, or west. I do understand left or right.
listen, we survived and it was fine. And he kind of started to take over the directions towards the end. So it worked out. Like
I
it's fine.
did. I got tired. I did it the whole trip. I was tired.
You were also like exhausted, like the perimenopause was hitting hard and you
Ugh.
ugh.
Ugh. Perimenopause. I'm not doing okay with it. It's making me an angry human. I'm over it. I am sleeping a little bit better lately though, so I'm hoping that turns around.
Have you done anything like to change that, like make your sleep better or
Yeah, I'm on progesterone. My doctor started me on progesterone. I was on it when we were there, but I think I just started it. And so now I'm like on it. I got the full year refill
gotcha.
and I am sleeping 8+ hours a night. Like, thank universe, because I I was waking up every night at like 3 a.m. and not going back to sleep.
No, that sounds awful.
Yeah. So highly recommend progesterone.
Did my snoring bother you?
I didn't hear you snore.
I didn't
I
hear
thought
you.
I know I'm a snorer too. So I was like, only one, I heard Christian snoring, but he was on the top bunk.
Yeah. That's the
Oh,
truth. So we had bunk beds. We stayed at the Freehand Hotel and all four of us were bunking in a room together and it was like being at sleepaway camp. It was fun.
it was so fun. We made the boys sleep on the top bunks. And there was like 6 inches of space. I felt bad, but I also did not feel bad.
I didn't feel bad. I could have slept on a top bunk, but I know I also sleep like a rotisserie chicken and I really just didn't want to fall off of the bed.
Oh,
Um,
I mean, even my mother was like, Erin, you have to sleep on the bottom bunk.
no, we know that you're our bubble girl. Like you can't be on a top bunk.
I will literally just roll right off. I am such a clumsy person. Bubble aside, I am clumsy on top of it, which is amazing, seeing as I was like on dance team and everything as a child.
I think you
Ah,
like used it all up when you were younger, so.
yeah, I don't know what happened. Hypermobility. I mean, I know I've always been hypermobile, but it's like made me just clumsier into my older years here. But yeah, that was so fun. However, sharing one bathroom was quite interesting with the four of us.
Also the fact that the bathroom did not have a vent.
Yeah, it didn't. It did not. I feel like that should be mandatory
I
in
don't feel like
every bathroom.
I feel like we did a pretty decent job of like staggering bathroom schedules and like we were
Hmm.
still like able to get ready and be everywhere on time.
We
But
did.
yeah,
We did.
the no
I mean, we were, yeah. And let's see. So the first night when Fallon and I got there the earliest, I got in early that morning because it's a direct flight from Dayton. And I went and saw my friend and Dara, and we had coffee, and it went from like being like, let's grab coffee really quick to like 4.5 hour coffee. And then Fallon came in, and I went into the city to meet her at the hotel, and we went to dinner, and we're in bed by 10.
it was great.
It was amazing. And we just read our books like that. We need a vacation where we just literally like
So
go
my
grab books
friend,
and sit at a cabin.
so wait, my friend and her friends rented an Airbnb for when Onyx Storm comes out, and they're all gonna like be together and just like read at this Airbnb that has like a really nice yard and just like relax. And I'm like, that sounds so lovely.
Please, but that's like my birthday week.
Okay,
It comes
well,
out 2 days before my birthday.
where are we going?
I, wait, that sounds amazing. And but anywho, that's what we did Friday night. And then Christian comes in. His flight gets in at like what, like 9 o'clock, and he comes rolling in, changes his clothes, and then goes to Brooklyn to hang out with Stuart.
Yeah, he basically comes in, wreaks a little havoc in the room, makes sure that we're like disturbed enough to where we're not sleeping anymore.
Well, he
And then,
tried to make us go out with
yeah.
him,
And
but
I
we were
was like,
both like, no.
at this point, I was like, no, I'm in my pajamas. I'm not getting dressed to go out.
Yeah,
And it's like getting dressed to go out in New York versus getting dressed to go out in New Orleans are two completely different things.
fair.
And so I was like, I don't have that energy right now.
No. And then Christian rolls back in at like 4:45 a.m. And I'm like, I wake up because I hear I'm like, you
I
just
slept through
came
it.
back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know you did. I was talking to him, and then he like zonked out, and I was like, "What time you want me to wake you up?" And he goes 9. I'm like, "That's like 4 hours." He's like 9:30. And then me and you worked out the next morning while we let Christian sleep, and then we
Yeah.
woke him up. And Trevor never even came home on the first night.
Yeah, we saw him the next afternoon.
Yeah, he had a date
A
that
friend.
night.
Yeah.
Huh? A
A
what?
friend to meet.
A friend to meet. And
Yeah.
so we saw him. He met us the next day at the tattoo parlor where we all got tattoos.
All except for Trevor.
All except for Trevor, who doesn't want to touch his porcelain skin. We were close to like he was like almost did it. He was so
We would have like
close.
peer pressured him a little bit more.
Yeah, I would have felt bad. I'm pretty sure Brandon actually said to me, "Oh, you're the friend that Fallon pushed Fallon to get 2 tattoos or something like that." And I was like, "Rude? She wanted it."
Which, as of right now, my parents still haven't seen them. So if they're listening, sorry.
Oh my gosh. I'm so scared your dad's gonna come after me. He adopted me. He can't take it back, right? Okay.
Right. I mean, look, if they haven't noticed them yet, like,
That's
and
on them.
they're pretty discreet. Yeah.
So we got fine line tattoos. Asami at Atelier Ava was amazing. And it took us quite some time to decide what to get. And I mean, it really did take us a while to decide.
Well, because like we wanted it to all be the same and it had to be something that like meant something to all of us.
Hmm.
And so we ended up on a monstera leaf because we all love our plants.
Yep. And then I got an extra one because why not? And in turn, Fallon decided to get an extra one
Well,
too.
to be fair, in my mind, I've always like thought about getting a tattoo, but I never actually did it because I'm a chicken. And I was always afraid of how bad it would hurt. But I had to like in mind what my first tattoo would be. And so I was just like talking to Asami about it and then she was like, "Oh, like this." And she sketched it out and it was better than what I had pictured in my head. So I was just like, okay, just do it. Like just go for it. And I did both at the same time because I'm like, I'm here. That's another thing. I'm very impulsive. So if I decide to do something, I'm just gonna do it. I don't
Yeah.
really necessarily think that much into it beforehand. I kind of just hope for the best. But I
Yeah,
mean, I love it.
mine. I mean, and if you've ever had a fine line tattoo, they don't hurt at all. Um, I feel like I have other tattoos that are with a regular size needle, and those hurt really, really badly in comparison. So if you want to get a tattoo, get a fine line tattoo. They don't hurt at all. I feel like I don't think they're gonna
I wouldn't
last.
say like not at all. I felt some mild discomfort. But
No, I didn't feel it at all. I mean,
I was like counting the like wooden rafters in the ceiling to distract myself from thinking about what was
no.
happening. And I wouldn't say it hurt. It was just, I don't know.
I mean, mild discomfort is fine. A way
Yeah,
to describe it for
yeah,
sure.
mildly uncomfortable for a little while, but she was very quick, and efficient. And I felt like the initial pass was fine. It was when she went back over it to like,
Hmm.
I don't know, seal it in or whatever you would call it in the tattoo world. But yeah, it wasn't bad.
I mean, and it's funny because I do have sensitive skin, and I did a lot of research on this place based off the ink that they use because they use a certain ink that has no animal byproduct in it, so it's less of a reaction for me. And I had a reaction from the tape that they put on top of it. Like it was really funny because
Which is
it wasn't
so
the tattoo. Yeah, oh, it's so me. Yeah, definitely. I my second one, I just got the word create in little tiny letters on my forearm. And we got our tattoos. Like mine is on my right bicep,
and both the
inner
two guys
bicep.
that are left.
And y'all did your left. Well, I already have a tattoo on my left arm and it just didn't go.
Yeah, but I don't think you told us that. I would have done the right.
Well, I didn't know y'all were going left, so whatever.
Well, I didn't know you were going right. So
Which is really funny because we definitely didn't know until after it was done.
because we're like Christian and I are both holding our arm out and it's like the left arm, and then you hear you come with your right arm, and we're like, oh, oops.
Eh, I went first for the record.
But you didn't, whatever. It's
Y'all
fine.
looked at my arm.
And I still have to hold up my hands for like directions to know that my left hand looks like an L.
Good to know. All right. Fine, you get a pass on this one. When we get our Harry Potter finger wands.
Okay. Keep, keep, keep pushing.
Fine, Christian and I will get that one.
Yeah, have fun.
I wanted to get it on my middle finger so I can tell everyone expecto patronum with my middle finger. Come on, that's a
I
great
still
idea.
think that the two of you should do that.
You don't want to do that one with us?
I don't want a finger tat.
No finger tag, got it. Sorry, my sister was calling. I had to decline
No.
her. Oh, she's probably I sent a text. I sent a text to my dad because Hurricane Milton is coming and he's gonna get wiped out. And he butt dialed me, but I don't know what's going on. I didn't hear from him all day and I was worried.
Are they there?
Yeah, they're still there. It's gonna hit it like a cat 5 too.
Yeah, that's very scary.
It is scary. Okay, back to New York. So, uh, that place we had breakfast at before we went and got our tattoos, it was called Sunday in Brooklyn.
Mhm.
That was delicious meal too.
I think that was one of my favorites.
Me too.
Our server was really fun. The people sitting at the table next to us were really fun.
Yeah, that watermelon feta tahine lemon thing was
Oh, that
amazing.
salad was delicious.
Hmm.
Their coffee was also great.
Oh yeah. What did I have to drink? Did I have coffee? Oh, I had a matcha. The matcha was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. So Sunday in Brooklyn, highly recommend. It was very delicious and the service was stellar. And it's really cute.
Yeah. And we sat outside and the weather was perfect. I think we got really lucky. It
God.
wasn't too hot, which was nice.
Yeah, it was an
Which
amazing weekend.
honestly, coming from New Orleans, like New York hot is not the same thing as hot down here. So I would have been fine anyway, but it was actually like a beautiful day.
Yeah, that was a really nice day. And then that night we hung out in Brooklyn. We went to dinner at Tong with our friends Stuart and Marcus, and we went out after. We were only out till 1 a.m., which is still late.
I mean, that's so late for us.
It's still late for us, but we had a great time. That was a lot of fun. I love Stuart.
I like that their neighborhood was cute too. Lots of like
Yeah.
murals and art, and it was very like eclectic and all the different like I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah, we went to like a bunch of random little bars. We bar hopped for a minute, which was
Hmm.
nice. And then Saturday, where did we eat Saturday morning?
I think we just ate at the hotel because that was like our big day. Because that was the day we did the museum.
But we didn't have a restaurant at the, oh yeah, 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 that's right. That the little I'm like, we didn't have a restaurant, but we had that coffee shop
It was
next
like a
door.
little
That's
like
right.
coffee shop, and they had like
Yeah.
the grab and go like breakfast stuff and pastries. That yogurt parfait was it yogurt? You know, you did the oats. The oats were really good.
Oh yeah, the oats were delicious. I'm so glad I had the foresight to do that because that day was so long. We went to the Met. That's the whole reason why we went was to go see the fashion exhibit Sleeping Beauties at the Met. Whole point of the trip.
Yeah.
And because they close it down at the first week of September, they close it down right before Fashion Week in September, right?
Hmm.
That's what I thought. And then so we went that last weekend in August or second to last weekend in August.
Yeah. That was the day
And
that my snacks came in handy.
your snacks definitely came in handy. And I am now hooked to the Lara bars.
You're welcome.
Hooked. Well, I don't, is it safe to eat one once a day? I don't know. I literally have one once a day.
I feel like it's fine. It's better
Yeah, it
than
is. Well, it's
some
better
stuff.
than most things out there that people eat for sure.
Yeah.
I am now addicted to the not only the blueberry muffin, which you introduced me to, but the apple pie and the lemon pie one or whatever, lemon bar or something like that.
I don't
Oh
think
my
I've tried the
God.
lemon. I don't think
Huh?
I've seen the lemon.
So I get there's a sample pack at the Kroger here that it's six of each,
Hmm.
the of those three. And they have like different packs of like ones that's like cookie based, you know?
Yeah.
And like then it's like chocolatey and stuff like that. I don't do those because I think they have a little bit of sugar in the chocolate.
Hmm.
But I do the apple pie, the blueberry muffin, and the lemon bar one. And the lemon one's really good.
I usually like lemon flavored things, so I'll have to try that. I'll
Hmm.
look for it actively the next time I go.
Yeah, but your snacks definitely came in handy because we walked from the Met. We took the High Line all the way down to the West Village, got off the High Line at the West Village, walked all the way through the West Village to Soho. And this is a group of people who, yes, we make sure we get our 10,000 steps in a day, but we don't walk New York every day. And our feet are killing us.
By the end of the day, I was like, why did I have to wear the cute sneakers? Why couldn't I wear the comfy sneakers? Because I definitely have blisters.
Yeah, well, I wore my shoes that are washable because, and I'm glad I actually wore these shoes that day, even though I have terrible like skin on the back of my ankles. It's like so thin that I always get blisters, but I'm used to that. But like they were actually pretty comfy to walk in. These freaking I fell victim to the cult classic Rothy's, y'all. Like
I mean, they were really cute.
they are cute. I actually have them on now. I wore them to a meeting today.
Yeah.
So I actually like them. I feel like I need another pair eventually of the driving loafers are really cute. Anywho, I did walk New York. I walked 20,000 steps that day in them, and my feet swole up like yours when you were pregnant with Milo.
They weren't that bad.
My feet or your feet?
Your feet, my no.
Yeah, so
I actually was more comfortable the day that I wore my heeled booties
boots.
than the day that I wore my sneakers.
Yeah. Like in terms of like blisters or just like comfort of walking?
Both.
Oh, because you got a
And
blister that day.
yeah, because I those sneakers, the problem is after having Milo, my feet grew. And those sneakers were purchased before I had him, I believe.
My
Were they?
closet is open.
I don't know. I'm not giving them away. Clearly, if I can suffer through 20,000 steps in New York and survive, I'm not giving them away. I love those shoes.
I
I'm
know.
still going to keep wearing them. But my feet have gotten bigger.
So I did, and I feel like everyone should know this like tiny life hack here. I don't think I said this in our favorite things episode, but KT tape is so much better than band-aids for blisters on your feet. That stays on and it will prevent, like, it's better for preventative. Like, it sucks if you already have a blister, but it's great for preventative.
Yeah, I think that by the time I had gotten a piece from you, it was already too late. But
Yeah.
for the next time, I
Yeah.
will keep that in mind.
If you're prone to blisters and you know where you get them, just put KT tape before you start walking when you're traveling. Like, it just is the best route to go. So, for everyone who knows, KT tape, cut it up into little pieces. I keep it in my bag all the time. But yeah, we ended up doing like a long day that day and we came back to the hotel. We took a nap for like an hour or something like that
Yep,
and read books.
we
We
did.
were all reading Fourth Wing together at the time.
Because Aaron and I made Christian and Trevor read Fourth Wing. So we reread it with them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And we might actually have to make an episode about Fourth Wing before Onyx Storm comes out so we can talk theories. Anywho, so we napped and read books, and then that was the night we were out till 3:40 a.m. And we, like we said, there were edibles involved for me and Fallon. And it took Fallon like 3 hours for her gummies to kick in, where mine kicked in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sitting there looking at you like swaying back and forth. I'm like, she's over here on the moon, and I'm just sitting here like, this is stupid.
Which, okay. And we had so many theories the next day about why, like body fat, like working out, water consumption, stuff
But
like that.
honestly, of the same thing kind of whenever I would drink alcohol, like it takes me longer to feel it. So like if I'm out in the moment having a cocktail, I don't feel anything, I'm fine. And then it's like hours later when I'm at home that I like wake up in the middle of the night to pee and I'm like, oh crap, like I'm a little dizzy here. But
Some
I
people
don't know.
process it differently. I mean, it is about how we process our sugars and how we process things.
And I have been drinking my daily gallon of water, So
Yeah, I drink a lot of water too, but not, I don't drink it. Well, I don't know. I mean, I drink a lot of water. Maybe not as much as you. I don't know. My
yeah, that
highlight, actually, my highlight of that day was that mango I got in the park.
the mango was delicious.
That was amazing. We were just walking, but we were leaving the museum, right? It was
We
after
were
the
leaving the
museum.
museum but we had still had some time before our reservation at lunch. But we were all getting to that point of like getting really hungry and like Trevor gets hangry, I get hangry, you
I
get
get
hangry.
hangry.
Christian gets snarky and says he's not hangry, but I think he gets hangry too.
Hmm.
It's not as bad as the rest of us. And so we stumbled across this lady who had a fresh fruit cart and it was divine.
Mine was mango and watermelon, and boy, did I consume that.
Yeah, it was perfection and it was like perfect timing because I was fresh out of fanny pack granola bars.
Yeah. I loved my outfit that day too. That was
We all
like when
looked
I,
really cute that day.
yeah, I had my little mini skirt on. It was
Yeah.
cute.
And Christian, those pants every single time we'd pass anybody. Oh my God, I love those pants. Where'd you get those pants from?
His
You know,
window pane pants. Yeah, I
yeah,
kept calling him window
you know
panes.
he loved it.
He totally loved it. Rude. Taking all of the limelight.
I'm like, we're cute too.
We are cute. You had on all denim. Come on, man. I
I feel
mean,
like I can never wear that outfit again though because it's been photographed so many times, but I love it.
well, you just have to wear it as separates.
Yeah. Well, obviously. I mean, I'm gonna wear them. I wear the jeans all the time.
I saw somebody style a vest underneath a blazer, like no shirt underneath the vest, but like the vest with the blazer with like super wide leg pants, and it was
Ooh,
really
cute.
cute. Yeah, like you should try that. Like,
I need to start
yeah, that
planning what I'm
looks.
gonna wear for ACL.
Ooh, yeah, let's plan some outfits.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. I want to
Yeah.
plan some outfits. I know. I have the
That it's very dusty out there and I should bring allergy meds.
ooh, and it is getting close to cedar fever season. You should definitely bring tons of allergy meds.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, definitely bring all of it.
And I'll have my Flonase because he said it's also very dry. So
hmm Oh, ACL's fun though.
I've never been. I'm excited. You know, I love a festival.
Well, yes, we know. I mean, like literally two festivals in a row in one weekend. I've seen you literally do like so many festivals. We need to go to Lollapalooza one year in
Yeah.
Chicago. Yeah, that'd be fun. It's
Weren't
like
we thinking
four.
about it? We were thinking about doing it this past year, huh?
Last year we talked about
Yeah.
going. I think. Oh, but it was like too close to Robbie's birthday, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll have to do that one time because that would be fun.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know what else happened that week. We left on Saturday, Sunday. What else happened that night?
Um,
Did Trevor meet someone? No.
Trevor and the bar, they made out.
Trevor and the bartender made out. That's right. I was
Which
like,
I clocked that the second we walked in that bar and they locked eyes. I was
they
like,
locked eyes. I know. We all saw it. They locked eyes. He was cute.
he was
I
very
don't think
cute.
he was really Trevor's type, but he was cute.
I think Trevor has multiple types.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But
Yeah.
he came home. They both came home. I mean, we left first. Fallon and I was like, "Oh, we'll take the I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just get on we'll get on the subway." And Christian looks at me and he goes, "No, you're not."
Get in an Uber.
So we ended up getting an Uber, which was probably the smartest thing we could have done. Could you imagine me trying to navigate us?
I would have fallen asleep for
I
sure.
would when I'm high like that, I am very ditzy, would probably be the best way I could describe it. I'm a fairy. I'm
I
like,
think,
ah.
no offense, but you're pretty ditzy, like on the regular. So I think it's just enhanced. I love you,
I mean,
but let's
I
be real,
was I was blonde for a little bit. Um,
which I feel like fit.
it fit until my scalp started bleeding. It fit. That could be your quote until my scalp started bleeding.
No thanks.
Oh, I mean, we did. I mean, we had a good, fun night with the edibles. That was great. And when it finally kicked in for you, you were great
Oh yeah.
until you
Once I
had
got,
to until
yeah,
you
until
had
I
to
had to
pee.
pee.
I forgot that. Then you had to wait.
I really thought that I was gonna pee on myself, which was not a proud moment of mine, but we made it. Even the guy who was like outside the bathroom, kind of like keeping an eye on things, who worked at the bar, was like banging on the door because whoever was in there was taking a long time. So it wasn't just me losing track of time. Like I really was waiting in line for a while, but
Yeah.
once I got to pee, we were good.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go. It was great. We had so much fun. Even being out till 3 a.m. I don't know how I woke up the next day at night. Like, what time did we go? Like 8 or 9? Actually, I
Um,
woke up earlier than y'all and laid in bed and read.
so I woke up, but everybody else was still sleeping, and I was like, I'm just gonna go back to sleep. So I went back to sleep, and then you woke up. So which I thought was fine. I mean, we didn't have like anything serious planned that day. We kind of just took it easy, and that was
hmm
our last morning there. We had our final meal together and then went our separate ways.
Yeah. Well, we had our final meal. Y'all went and met up with your friend. Trevor and I hung out for a little
Yeah.
bit. And then I went to, there was a photography exhibit at a museum, like 2 blocks from our hotel. And so
Yeah.
I went to that before we took the cab back to the,
Yeah.
because we
And
we all took
Trevor,
the, or Uber together because he flew out of Newark. We all flew
Yeah.
out of,
And Trevor's airport anxiety was setting in and he has to get there like extra early just to make sure that nothing goes wrong. So,
my God, I show up like 45 minutes before my flight.
oh no, I would rather get to the airport early and then like be sitting at my gate and have like time to kill. I'm not trying to run through an airport.
So the Dayton airport is fairly small, and I have TSA pre-check, so I fly through anyways. But I literally, Rory and I went to Boston a couple weeks ago, or Martha's Vineyard in Boston a couple weeks ago, and we get there like as our flight is boarding, just
Oh no,
walk
see
right
that
on
would
the
stress
plane.
me out.
No,
Yep.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't feel like sitting around.
See, no, that's when I sit there and I read.
I read on the plane.
I sleep on the plane.
I haven't been able to sleep on a plane for more than like a couple of minutes in a few years. I'm hoping because when I used to travel overseas all the time, I was always able to fall asleep, but not recently. And I don't know if it's just because they're like everything I've been taking has been short plane rides. So maybe that's why, but
Oh no, I'm usually out before we even take off. Like it's like something about being in the plane. Like I'm just it doesn't even
yeah.
matter if I am not tired. Like I'm just gonna be sleeping. I don't know.
No, that's how I used to be. I just don't know when it shifted. Perimenopause.
You didn't just blame that for everything. Everything that's
I'm
like
going to.
everything that's just like weird or goes wrong in your life, you're like perimenopause, that's it.
Because there's no other rational explanation for it. That's why it is the most ridiculous thing ever to experience as a human being. And it sucks. I don't know how to explain it.
More on
I,
that another time.
I know. So, well, we hope you enjoyed your New York trip with us because,
I will
why
say though,
not?
like we went into this trip not wanting to do touristy things. We've kind of all been to New York before. We've done the like super touristy sightseeing. So this trip was more focused on like the museum was like our big thing. And we just were looking to hang out with each other because we don't really just get to
Yeah.
like spend quality time together. So it was not a super touristy where to go, what to see, what to do in New York. But if you want to just like go chill out and like enjoy the city, eat some good food, we'll post like our the restaurant we ate in the comments below.
Oh, yeah. And we can post um, well, yeah, we'll post our restaurant stops on Instagram maybe or something like
Can't
that.
forget Sugarfish.
Sugarfish was so good. I hadn't been able to have sushi in such a long time, and that was such a treat for me. It was so good. I completely forgot about Sugarfish.
Anytime I'm in a city that has a Sugarfish, I gotta go. It's so good.
Yeah, that was delightful. That
Mm.
was a really good meal. Mm, I forgot about that. And that was like we ate at like 10 o'clock at night.
It's all right.
It was great. That was great.
We should have
That
known
was,
how it was gonna go.
oh yeah, I know. We should have known that night was just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see.